أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيد الخلق والمرسلين سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا، فعلمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما، وأرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه، وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه، واجعلنا من الذين يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه، وأدخلنا برحمتك في عبادك الصالحين. آمين. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this Ramadan really different and acceptable for all of us. Ameen. Actually, yesterday I talked about one very strong message from Ramadan. That is the love from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the love from us towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one of the signs of the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He gave us this Ramadan and He make it compulsory. So when you fast Ramadan, you enjoy the rewards of Ramadan. Now what if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not make Ramadan a compulsory? How many one will fast? Maybe none. Very few. But because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to give us the rewards, it is not an option. You have to take the reward. Did you ever find this interesting? So you are getting the reward, either you want it or you don't want it. Allah is giving you the reward. Once you witness Ramadan, you will get the reward. So this is the perfect sign that Allah loves the believers, because He write on them a compulsory Ramadan, and the reward will be coming, but it will be different from one person to another person as much as he work during Ramadan. So again, the night of the power is also one big gift. So it is a big sign of His love subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is not only that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make that night during every Ramadan to be coming in a different nights. So some of us are working, so he might not get the opportunity to witness the night of power or Laylatul Qadr because he is at work when he's working, or he was tired. So how many times Ramadan occurred in your life? Maybe 30 times, maybe 40 times. For sure you will witness one night, for sure. That's why this is the wisdom why Allah always moving the night of the power from one night to another night, so that it will be possible for those who did not witness it before to witness it after, based on their life and their environment. And this is really the best love from Allah. So He gave this opportunity to everyone. So everyone, he might witness that night and during his life. And the most and the blossom of Ramadan is Al-Quran Al-Kareem. So He gave us the opportunity to read and to understand Al-Quran Al-Kareem. That is the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, the best worship is to read Al-Quran, because it is the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And whenever you witness Khatm al-Quran, look to this. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when you witness Khatm al-Quran, there will be a special mercy from Allah revealed to those who witness Khatm al-Quran. And because of that, Anas ibn Malik radiyallahu anhu, whenever he wants to complete Khatm al-Quran, he gathered his family and his children and he read Khatm al-Quran, and then he make dua. Because the Prophet ﷺ said, when Khatm al-Quran is done, there is an answered dua. So there is a dua. So that's why the companions radiyallahu anhum and the followers, they make it a habit whenever they perform Khatm al-Quran to make a dua. And that is how the dua of Khatm al-Quran started. It never started from the Prophet ﷺ himself, but started from Abu Bakr as-Siddiq and the other companions and afterwards. So it's very important to witness Khatm al-Quran. Whenever you hear there is Khatm al-Quran, go. It's an opportunity so you can enjoy the mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can enjoy an answered dua. And it is one of the best, action from you towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you do not stop there, because when they perform Khatm al-Quran, the Imam again go back to the beginning and read Al-Fatiha and the beginning of Surah Al-Baqarah. And this is the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He told, when a man asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what is the best worship? He said, Al-Halul Murtahil. He said, what that means? He said, whenever you complete Khatm al-Quran, you again start from the beginning with Surah Al-Fatiha and the beginning of Al-Baqarah. This gives Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you are dedicated to continue this Al-Quran in your life. So it does not mean if Ramadan is over that Khatm al-Quran will be done, will be finished. So it should go all the year around with you. Whenever you are able and you can, you read the Quran and do Khatm al-Quran. So yesterday the topic was about the 10 factors which erase your sins. And I mentioned the first 5 factors. But I would like to come back to one factor, that is the number 1. Factor number 1, or item number 1. Anyone remember what is that? Repentance. Excellent. So number 1 is repentance. So some people, maybe they don't know exactly what is the meaning of the repentance, or what the repentance includes. So actually the scholars, they said repentance means 3 stages. 3 stages. So the first stage, when you realize that you are doing mistake or you are doing sin, so the first thing is to feel sad for what you have done. You feel sad. And some scholars, they said, when you just think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was watching you when you are doing the sin, that will drive the sadness to your heart, because Allah witness your action. The second one you have to stop what you are doing, the mistake. The mistake has to be stopped. And then the third stage, you decide not to do it again. So this is called the repentance. So all these three stages called the repentance. So number 2 was al-istighfar, doing istighfar. So continue doing istighfar. Number 3 is doing good deeds. So do good deeds as much as you can, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, innal hasanati yudhibna as-sayyi'at. So the good deeds washed your sins. And then number 4, whatever happens in your life, from hard time, calamities, problems, difficulties, whatever, shortage in income, shortage in health, problem in your relation with your family, all these calamities, it is also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala use it to erase from your sins. Number 5 is a good companion, a good friend. And the good friend will help you in 2 ways. Number 1, he make dua for you whenever you are not there. And the Prophet ﷺ said, the dua for someone while he's absent is answered. So when you make dua to your brother while he is not witness or he is not with you, that is answered. And the good thing about it, the angels who are with you, when you perform this dua, they will say وَلَكَ مِثْلُهُ, and you will get the same. So if you make dua for him, oh Allah, erase his problems, then the angels will say, you too. So you will have the dua from the angels for you as well. So the second benefit for the good friend, that will be in Jannah. So if, God forbid, you went to hellfire while your good friend, he is in Jannah, so your friend will miss you. And then he will say, oh Allah, you told me that I will feel happy and satisfied in Jannah, but I don't feel that. Then Allah will ask him why. He said, because of my brother, my friend so and so, he's still in hellfire. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never fail him. Then he will say, go and take your brother out from hellfire. So this is the benefit of a good friend or a good company. Now, this is 5 categories in dunya. Now in the grave, there is 2 more in the grave that also will wash your sins. Number 1, the question of the angels for you. And this is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because the question itself is not easy. Is not easy. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ used to ask the companions when someone is buried, Is'alu lahu at-tathbit. Ask Allah to make him able to answer, because he is now questioned. So the first one is the question of the angels in your grave. And the second one, what gifts you are getting from the people who still alive. So if your children, your son, your daughter, your wife, your brother, your friend, he make dua for you, or he gives sadaqah for you, or he fast one day and gifted you with the reward of that day, or he prayed 2 rak'ah and he said, oh Allah, give the reward of this to my brother so and so. So all these gifts, which is a present from your brother to you, that also will erase your sins. So now think how many opportunities still you are getting so that your sins will be washed. Still even you are in the grave. May Allah give you a long life. So still we are getting the chance that our sins can clear. But still some people still have more troubles, more sins in their life. But Allah still will grant them the opportunity to get it clear. So on the day of judgment, the first opportunity is the horrible situation in the time of judgment. So you know, in the time of judgment, it's crowded and the sun is too close and the people sweating like crazy. As the Prophet ﷺ said, some of them will sink in his sweating up to his chin, and some of them up to his chest, some of them less, some of them more, depend on their good deeds in dunya. So the horrible situation and the long standing during that long day, which the Prophet ﷺ said about it, and Allah mentioned it in Al-Quran, 50,000 years. One day is equal to 50,000 days. So that day also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will use it to wash our sins, because we witness this hard time. The second opportunity is the shafa'ah. Now shafa'ah is very important. So the first shafa'ah happened, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he did the first shafa'ah for all nations. And if you just to refresh it to your mind, that long day, 50,000 days, 50,000 years, sorry. وَإِنَّ يَوْمًا عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ كَأَلْفِ سَنَةٍ مِّمَّا تَعُدُّونَ. So that day is very long. So the people, after they get, too much, so all nations will start going to the prophets, asking them to make shafa'ah, to ask Allah to start the judgment day. Because from the time they are resurrected and they stand, there is nothing to do. So the people, all nations will go to Adam alayhi salam, and he declined. Then they go to Ibrahim alayhi salam, and he declined. Then they go to Musa alayhi salam, and he declined. Then they go to Isa alayhi salam, and he declined. Then Isa told them, go to Muhammad, he's the one. So all the nations will go to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. All nations, regardless they are believers or non-believers, they are Muslim or Jewish or Christian or none, they will go to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam will say, I am the one for it, I am the one. And then the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam will go under the throne of Allah, and he makes sujood, and he said, Allah will open for me kind of dua I never did in my life. And that is a sign of acceptance. And that's why the scholars, they said, we know exactly when Allah is going to accept my dua. They asked him, how you know? He said, when it is open for me while I'm doing dua, means you start making dua you never did before, and you feel yourself that you have the power to continue. This is a sign that Allah has opened it for you, because He will answer it for you. So that's why try always to do more dua, especially in these nights. So the Prophet ﷺ, after he finished, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will order him, stand up, ask, you are getting what you ask for. Then the Prophet ﷺ will ask, oh Allah, let the judgment day to start. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will start the judgment day. So this is the first shafa'ah from the Prophet ﷺ to all nations. Now the second shafa'ah, every Prophet alayhimussalam, they will do shafa'ah for their nations. So some of them will be getting, some of them will be rejected. Even the Prophet ﷺ, he will do the shafa'ah, but some of the people will not enjoy that shafa'ah. When they come towards the Prophet ﷺ river, Al-Kawthar, so the angels will push them away. Then the Prophet ﷺ say, this is my nation. The angels will say to him, you don't know what they have done after you. They changed their deen. So whoever really wants the Prophet ﷺ shafa'ah, he should stick to his sunnah. If we change the sunnah, we will not get the shafa'ah. فَمَنْ رَغِبَ عَنْ سُنَّتِي فَلَيْسَ مِنِّي. That is a very clear message. Who do not accept my sunnah, he is not from me. Alayhi salatu wassalam. This is his hadith. So all the prophets, they will do their shafa'ah. Now again, the martyrs, the one who fight for the sake of Allah and get killed, he also has a shafa'ah. This is a special gift from Allah to those people who sacrifice their souls for the sake of Allah. And the hadith said that he can do the shafa'ah for 70 of his family members, up to 70 persons. And then the shafa'ah for the Salihin. So the Salihin, so he might be, imam, or he might be a good worshipper. Allah will give them this special gift on the day of judgment. And then, as I mentioned, the good company, your good friend, if he is really good person and he enter Jannah, he will do the shafa'ah for his friends. So here is the shafa'ah. And now, as I mentioned, this is 2 items, and the third one, when everything is settled and everything is done, all the prophets, they make the shafa'ah, all the salihin, they make their shafa'ah, even the angels, Allah will give them the opportunity to do the shafa'ah on the day of judgment. So there is a lot of shafa'ah, there is a lot of prophets, angels, the good people, Ibadullah Salihin, they enjoy this shafa'ah. And the last thing is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself. Allah will say, Ibadullah Salihin, they perform their shafa'ah. And the prophets, they perform their shafa'ah. And the angels, they perform their shafa'ah. Now it is my turn to do my shafa'ah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is his private and personal shafa'ah for those people. And the prophets sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Allah will take with his 2 hands 3 times people out from hellfire. They looks like completely burned out. And when he bring them back, he will bring them back to life. So this is the shafa'ah. So now, how many opportunities Allah give to the ummah? Lot. And even though he ended by his personal shafa'ah, now who is left in hellfire? After all these shafa'ah and istighfar, who left? It's only the people who really do not deserve the mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So even the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when he did his final shafa'ah, he will go to Allah and he ask him, Allah will tell him, take out from hellfire everyone who said La ilaha illallah. So even he said just La ilaha illallah, maybe he did not perform any good deed or he did not perform any prayer, but still he believed in Allah, he will get out. But still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will do his shafa'ah after that. So the good people, they will enjoy the shafa'ah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look to his mercy, why he's doing that. It is because of one very important reason. He loves human being. He loves us. That is his love. That's why he gives all these opportunities. He gives us many chances to come back to him. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to Dawood alayhi salam, keep this hadith in your mind. Look to this hadith. If those who turn their back to me, who's saying? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to Dawood alayhi salam. He said, if those who turn their back to me knows how much I miss them, they will feel the sorrow and they will cry to come back to me. Oh Dawood, if this is the feeling which I have to those who turn their back to me, what about the feeling I have to those who come forward to me? Oh Allah, make us from those, and you accept us from those who came forward to you. It's a big blessing that Allah gave to us, that we know him. Once you know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you get more involved. You don't have any suspect that he may forget about you. Never. He never forgets. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the opportunity of this Ramadan. Still we have one more day and one more night. 2 days, sorry. 2 days and one more night. So I will read for you this verse and you reflect. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَفِي ذَلِكَ فَلْيَتَنَافَسِ الْمُتَنَافِسُونَ. The reward is a big price, and we have to compete. We have to race for the big prize. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he likes the one who continue doing hard until the last moment, until the last chance. And look to this hadith from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, if the judgment day started, what that means? It means you witness the corruption and you see the earthquakes, destruction, everything fell down. He said, if you witness the destruction of the judgment day and you have a plant in your hand, so what you'll do with it? Plant it. Is there anybody will benefit from it? No. No one, because it's finished. But in order to give us the idea that we do just for making Allah please, to please Allah, that's what we want. We don't expect any reward from anyone. We want him to be pleased. That's what we want. Forget the problems, forget mistakes. Only your purpose is to please Allah, and this is the big goal. When you do your best to please him, he will make you happy. He will make you happy. And when you feel this love with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for sure you already reach to a big goal which everyone seek, the love. You will have everything after it. The khushu', the blessings, the success, taking care of you and your family, once you reach to this level. And that is the difference between one person to another person. Because as the scholar Ibn Taymiyyah said, the Imam Ibn al-Qayyim, sorry, he said, many of you will pray in the same line, but one will get a big reward and the other one will get nothing. It is only based on their hearts. والحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم اجمعنا على ما يرضيك واجعلنا من المتحابين فيك. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مباركا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده معصوما ولا تجعل منا ولا فينا شقيا ولا محروما. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم فرج الكرب والهم عنا وعن جميع المسلمين. اللهم تقبل منا الصيام والقيام وتلاوة القرآن. اللهم أعنا على الصيام والقيام وما تبقى من رمضان. اللهم تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. يا حي يا قيوم اكتبنا يا مولانا من عبادك الصالحين. اللهم اكتبنا من عبادك الصالحين واحشرنا مع الأنبياء والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين في ظل عرشك يوم الدين. اللهم متعنا بالنظر إلى وجهك الكريم. اللهم متعنا بالنظر إلى وجهك الكريم. اللهم متعنا بالنظر إلى وجهك الكريم ومجاورة حبيبنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم في أعلى جنات الفردوس يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. اللهم ارزقنا صحبته وأوردنا حوضه. اللهم واجعلنا أهلا لشفاعته. اللهم اجعلنا أهلا لشفاعته. اللهم يا رب فرحه بنا عند اللقاء. اللهم فرح بنا حبيبنا محمد عند اللقاء. اللهم انصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين. اللهم ارفع بفضلك راية الحق والدين. اللهم هيئ لهذه الأمة أمر رشد يعز فيه أهل طاعتك ويهدى فيه أهل معصيتك. اللهم تب علينا لنتوب. اللهم لا ينقضي رمضان إلا وقد غفرت لنا واعتقت رقابنا وبيضت وجوهنا وبيضت صحائفنا ويمنت كتابنا. اللهم يمن كتابنا وبيض صحائفنا وبيض وجوهنا واقبلنا يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. اعتقنا من النار فلا نعود إليها أبدا. اعتقنا من النار فلا نعود إليها أبدا. اعتقنا من جهنم فلا نعود إليها أبدا بفضلك وكرمك يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. اللهم يا رب العالمين اكتب لنا يا رب قيام ليلة القدر وثوابها ونورها وبركتها إنك أنت الكريم الرحيم. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. اللهم وأصلح لنا شأننا كله. اللهم وأصلح لنا شأننا كله. اللهم وأصلح لنا شأننا كله. اللهم أجرنا من خزي الدنيا ومن عذاب الآخرة. اللهم اجعل أحسن أعمالنا خواتيمها. اجعل أحسن أعمالنا خواتيمها وأفضل أيامنا يوم نلقاك. اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين. اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين. اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين وارحم أمواتنا وأموات المسلمين. وارحم أمواتنا وأموات المسلمين. وارحم أمواتنا وأموات المسلمين. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين. وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.